Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, riveting, and amazing Propagandacast from your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only Master Propaganda, off here to a glorious 1v1 on Ploesti Outskirts, and off to this VonIvan, fighting for America, freedom, democracy. Here with the 3rd Armored Division with Mechanized, Urban Assault, and Recon support in the south, it is Prabuty, fighting for the Wehrmacht, Germany, Deutschland. Here with the 15th Panzer Grenadier Division with Lightning War featuring Jägerline infantry upgrades, tactical movement, relief infantry, Tiger tanks, and the Stuka close air support. And as always, a big hearty thanks to my paid supporters, these champions and heroes for keeping the business. Without them, all of these episodes would not be possible. So do consider joining the ranks by pledging on Patreon yourself, or donate via PayPal. Links are in the video description. And you know, finally, comment, like, share, subscribe, press the bell, make sure these videos reach out to as many people as possible. So, off here with the Grenadier MD42 start versus double rifle start here. So far, fairly standard openings here, even for VonIvan. Sandbags up here. We shall, of course, have to see what he commits to. Recon support that has been very popular as of late. Urban Assault remains a contender. And Mechanized, not quite as popular as it used to be. But, you know, can still pull off some fun stuff with that one. So we got the machine holding up northwards here, backing up the Gunners and the MD42 there for Prabuty in the south. The VonIvan's men bravely probe the southern front line there for any Nazi presence. Second Gunners got there for Prabuty. Also, my apologies for sounding a bit off. I've been dealing with a fairly stubborn cold these last several days. So, I'm definitely a bit worn out by that by now. Ralph Squad moving towards the east, in the south side we got Pons Pigs East here. 3rd Ralph Squad there for VonIvan. Up here we got Gunners with Ralph Squad there. M1 Garants versus Kar98K. And the first kill there goes to the German army as Lewis drops dead. MD42 tank to Ralph Squad. Gunners closing in as well, backed up the MD42. Also, Relic has revealed the commanders for the upcoming multiplayer build. I'm assuming that it's going to be, well, battle group specifically. Basically a mix of the commanders and the doctrines from Commons 1 and Commons 2. Basically it's going to be Breakthrough, which looks to be sort of a mix of Blitzkrieg and Assault Support, and Luftwaffe, which is Luftwaffe. Fallschirmjägers. In this case now we also get Fallschirmpioniere. MD40 Gunners leading the Ralph Squad there, Pioneers moving forwards here. 3rd Gunnery Squad there on the way for Prabuty, Ralph Squad being hammered here. Pioneers being engaged in the Ralph Squad there. Bit of skirmishing there up north. There, Gunners being forced there for Prabuty in the south. Here we got the reactions being forced there for VonIvan. Pioneers right up with the Ralph Squad. Gunners closing in, and yeah, Recon support featuring raid tactics, INR Pathfinders, airdrop combat groups, M8 Greyhounds, and the M83 cluster bombs. We got reactions listening up behind here. Prabuty's front line. Triple Gunners 1 MD42. Probably some tech here for Prabuty. Trip right from there for VonIvan. Send a big short there. As they're sort of popping out, they're trying to snap a bit there at Prabuty's infantry, and I think trying to slow down Prabuty's overall advance here. So far, the entire south there is right for the picking up for Prabuty, and VonIvan's forces are back at base there. So he's in a bit of a race. They could either try and swing northwards there, or he can try and swing in southwards to try and assist there. There's like several decisions to be made for VonIvan against Prabuty here. We shall of course see which he picks. Prabuty, by the way, yet to take up here. Could get 4th Grenadier Squad here, so a pretty intense tier 1 here, which has become more common for the Wehrmacht as they realise again you really just have to like rely heavily on the early game and taking it from there. Like the Wehrmacht is pretty much for all intents and purposes an early game faction. Like if you try to play it like a late game faction a lot of the time as the Wehrmacht, you will typically have a less than spectacular time. So that's why for example we're seeing all of these Grenadier builds, well Grenadier heavy builds, because you got to play it like that. Ralph Squad sitting up at northwards here. Ralph Squad that push back here. We'll have to, of course, does go for the machine guns or the G for the face here. Gunners sitting out there, backed up at the MD42. Grab the point here, grab the point there. And we got these mechanized command posts that are being upgraded for VonIvan. Probably Stuart light tank here versus Prabuty, who I imagine is going to be taking up soon here, because I mean, theoretically, of course, the Gunners could just swarm the Stuart with Panzer fast and take that way, but that's still going to be a bit expensive here for Prabuty, to put it generously. Troops going to be here, though, in VonIvan space. No Pathfinders, interestingly enough. Pathfinders do tend to be quite popular. So northern field there being seized. We can see that Prabuty's already counterattacking, accidentally using 2 grenadier squads backed up by 1 MD42. That is a fairly solid tactical force here, while at the same time being south, which was minor forces here, leaving VonIvan a bit caught off guard. He's definitely not ready for this kind of intense Wehrmacht tier 1. Prabuty there taking up. No G33s, at least not yet, so... Oh, there we go. I was about to say very likely he's going to be planning light machine guns, but we do get the Jaeger infantry package. Can soon go for the Stuart light tank here for VonIvan. In the south, there's small force moving to capture the calf point there. Rifle squad there dealing with grenades in the centre. Also, of course, quite a bit of munitions there being floated by VonIvan. Could be bars, could be grenades, could be upgrades, like stuff like the airdrop command group, some light machine gun paratroopers, or Thompson paratroopers. Because we've got the G33s ready and getting the rifle squad there. Troops furthering southwards, there we go, grenades routed. Put back there by VonIvan's mighty GIs. Goes doing a bit of field first aid there. And he is moments away from the Stuart light tank there, the M5E1. Meanwhile, Prabuty's pioneers had to work with that light mechanized company. Stuart light tank over there for VonIvan. Bit of light American armor. Let's move forward to see it for VonIvan. Munitions though, large not being utilised here though. Grenadier spotted in 1-on-1 engagement though. Grenadiers will lose the rifle squad in particular up close. I mean at range, if the riflemen decide to lounge about there, they will lose the grenadiers, but up close typically the rifle squad have the advantage. The G43 though helps a lot with that, which is simply like one reason they can be quite a good upgrade. There's the attempt to help deal with that otherwise significant gap in terms of firepower between the riflemen and the grenadiers when things get up close. Armoured car there on the way for Prabuty, Stuart almost done. I mean, again, an airdrop command group here would be great for several reasons. Again, the pack howitzer, provide artillery support there against Prabuty's forces. The Paratroopers one with a more elite infantry element to put pressure on the grenadiers as well that way. But he does instead go for the Pathfinders now. Interesting timing. Interesting timing. Rifle squad pushing back the pioneers. Got the armoured car on the move here for Prabuty, going straight for the rifle squad there. And there we go, a swarm of grenadiers under Prabuty's command. And the 15th Panzer Grenadier shows Stuart light taking these carefully again. Oh, there we go. Wipe the rifle squad here. Prabuty just swinging in there with a swarm of grenadiers. And the Stuart is getting Panzer there quite aggressively. So, VonIvan shot one infantry squad here against Prabuty. That said, he's always fighting fairly well for the rest of the map, but definitely a bit painful there for him. Pioneers need some reinforcements. Pathfinder's moving ahead here. He could hope to get lucky with an artillery barrage, since that is easily the fastest artillery barrage in the game here. So, one second mistiming on that one, and your opponent can suddenly be short on a lot of troops here. In this case, they got spotted, forced to retreat here. Pack forward in for Prabuty, up with the Stuart light take a bit better. We can have to see the how VonIvan reacts to this launch from rifle squad, what his further plans are versus all these grenadiers. So far though, he's not bringing any sort of heavier counters like a 50 cal here, which you can easily do here thanks to the lieutenant and the platoon command post. So hard to say here what VonIvan is exactly planning versus Prabuty and all these grenadiers. Got grenadiers again healing up, he's very consistent with that. Got the northern point here. Ambulance out there for VonIvan. Freedom and democracy. There goes to it, pushing back the grenadiers in the south with its 37mm gun. Bit of quiet otherwise, but still no weapon racks unlocked then, which again would be an excellent counter. Also, all of these upgraded grenadiers, bars of plenty can definitely help push back against the grenadiers. He can also just go for grenades, so definitely a bit curious to see what VonIvan's game plan here is versus Prabuty. That said, one thing worth noting is they're both sort of fairly good at ensuring the other player doesn't get too much fuel. So thumbs up to that. Good fuel play there from both sides. Soon here there's the MD42 by the northern fuel point. That machine crew will have to fall back in the face of the M51, but there you go, pack forward to the flank, they're punching straight through. Oh dear, VonIvan's not paying attention, Stuart's about to get knocked out. Oh dear, he's retreating now, but narrowly lost it. In the south, though, making great progress here with the Lieutenant Liaisons backed up with the Pathfinders. Rathwood was the Grenadiers here. And Prabuty is mixing in light machine guns with the G43s. Not a bad idea there. Bit of long and short range there mixed up, giving him different capabilities there with his Grenadiers. Some players just like to go all on one, you know, upgrades in on one there, but, you know, mixing can also, you know, bring tactical benefits. Finally here at the 10-minute mark, VonIvan is unlocking the weapon racks. Apparently found the keys. Hey, Captain, the keys are over here, under the donuts. God damn it. Who keeps putting the keys under the donuts? I think that's the Major, sir. God damn it. Medics are ready for Prabuty. So yeah, weapon racks there with bars of planing, of course, and bazookas could definitely do a lot there to swing the game back against Prabuty. As long as he doesn't do anything too silly or keeps running into that MG42 here. Fix up the M51 Stuart. And using Salfords here. Pathfinders skulking about there as well in the darkness. Or in this case, the shrubberies. Got these parties moving ahead here. I'm suspecting what VonIvan is gambling at is like just hoping he can catch Prabuty off guard and then land an artillery barrage here to get a wipe there. Again, it really has the potential to do that, but does require your opponent is paying attention to almost like a few seconds. But again, if they're caught up somewhere else, boom, splat, Germans no more, or squirrels no more, but that's your game. But so far there, I'm guessing VonIvan is waiting for bigger prey. Also, most of his units have been upgraded with at least one BAR Browning automatic rifle, which is a significant upgrade in terms of firepower. And of course, Coh2 is absolutely amazing. So definitely makes things tough here from Prabuty's infantry. They'll need to retreat that Ralph's got there before Prabuty buries that one in the backyard. Up north, their points being seized here. VonIvan getting a lot more aggressive effects of the bar grade, which, you know, he rightfully should. Oh, of course, he should also stay clear then before we see that Prabuty, of course, realizing VonIvan's gambit, has brought in another heavy machine gun team to help further contain and control all this American infantry, which I really think makes a piece of artillery there of the lighter counter for VonIvan a really good idea. Again, either, you know, pop airdrop combat group for an extra infantry squad, but get the pack howitzer, go for some mortars. I think either of these two here would be a really solid addition versus all of this machine gun work here from Prabuty. Also, he cancelled those light machine guns, so apparently they got stuck up in somewhere. Got a wipe though. There we go. There we go. That's what he was waiting for. Again, like just his opponent paying attention up north, and then he goes for it. So there you go. That's what VonIvan was waiting for. That was his plan. Also got the 5th gun finally up here as well for VonIvan. Very good. The light artillery will still be a very good addition. Need to treat that 50 cal before that gets exterminated here by... Oh, we even got a grenade here. Steel hand grenade. Lieutenant, though, I think will go down. He's low on health already. Stuart the racing in, and... yeah, it doesn't save the lieutenant either. VonIvan's units here taking some heavy bleeding. Might like to be able to get the grenadier squad wiped out. But no, he's being a bit too cautious here, skittish. I don't thought... Oh, might still be able to get it. Almost got it. Ah, gets away. He was obviously concerned about Pax and Pantophas there. We see the Prabuty's all placing some of his gun losses there. Got it! That definitely also makes up for some of the losses here VonIvan suffered here against Prabuty. I mean, 2 Grenadier squads in such short succession is nothing to scoff at. That's 480 manpower plus munition. In this case, those both of his G43 upgraded Grenadiers too. So 480 manpower, 60 munitions, straight out the window. That said, need to be careful he doesn't throw away all the time and room he bought there, but then proceeding to lose a lot of units here to Prabuty and the Germans. Southern points have been ceased. Still think some artillery would be a great idea for VonIvan versus Prabuty. Prabuty taking out, of course. He has been able to gain some fuel against VonIvan. VonIvan, I think, is also taking up. They're both on the move towards medium armor, but even with the roughly same timing, though, Prabuty has been able to like scrape together more fuel here than VonIvan, and this does mean that Prabuty will be able to push out for some tanks here faster than VonIvan, unless VonIvan pulls off some absolutely daredevil, brilliant maneuver they're going to be making movies about for decades, starring Tom Hanks and Vin Diesel and who else is the one like using them as time goes on, and of course make remakes. At which point it's going to be Tom Holland and whatnot. Nothing further happening there in Prabuti's base of yet, grabbing a northern fuel on their way from the Germans. Still holding up with 8 kills, close to Veteran 2. And there we go, VonIvan here at the 50-minute mark. Finally goes for an airdrop combat group, Paratroopers, 82nd Airborne. Pack Howitzers, also 82nd Airborne. Pretty much Pack Howitzers only really went to 2 types of units. Airborne units who needed, light accessible artillery, and the mountain divisions, which the Americans actually did have a few of, which also needed light accessible artillery to move about in the mountains. The Germans had a similar equipment known as the Gebirgsgeschütze, which was basically just the light infantry Geschütz, but without the gunner shield. Straight to the MG42 here. The MG42. Don't need your bunker without it. Route squad here being mowed down by the MG42 at close range. Still, VonIvan there does hold most of the map. Now he's definitely getting hit on the field here against Prabuty, but Prabuty still probably going to be able to get out of tank here faster than VonIvan. But there you go, Paratroopers ready with their M1 carbines. I imagine we're seeing the double brandings here for VonIvan. Again, in particular on a map like this, I think the Thompsons would be a great investment as well. But, That said, not the greatest engagement for the Paratroopers. 2 grenadier squads for light, 1 at least for the light machine gun. It's not really way many, wasting your Paratroopers. And he really needs to get that pack cards going. Like the faster he can start blasting there. Ooh, machine gun. That's dangerous there for Prabuty.
300 points remaining.
Cluster bombs called in. He wants that machine gun no matter what, it seems. At least keep it out of the Germans' hands for long enough. And gets away though. Here's the cluster being robbed out here. There we go, another one, and a light machine is dropped here. This is amazing for VonIvan. A shattering blow against Prabuty, Germany, Deutschland. The 3rd Panzer Grenadier Company isn't shocked as further casualties are delivered with violent, not quite precision. Almost losing the Pack 40 as well here. VonIvan is now really starting to deliver those blows again. Once he really starts upgrading those men and get that to some veterancy, he really starts hitting hard. More grenadiers for Prabuty. He may want to consider adding some Panzer Grenadier, honestly, but that's just me. Nice deep flank here, but this time the Prabuty has seen through VonIvan. He is ready with the MG42. Apparently the gunner is, but there you go, suppresses both squads. Meanwhile, we got a big push of VonIvan across the front, but now Prabuty's counterattack is ready. The Panzer IV is there, and VonIvan has basically bugger all. Not even a pair of bazookas to, plug holes in it. He's going to have to go for either a Sherman soon or a Jackson also soon. Oh, as that Panzer IV is going to give VonIvan a significant headache. Oh, another wipe here possibly, and this time we might be able to get off with the machine gun as well. Prabuty is really getting slapped hard here by VonIvan now. VonIvan is really hitting the soft spots of Prabuty. Right below the belt. That shiny, shiny belt with that little belt buckle that says, "Got Mittens." Turns out maybe not as much as he'd like to think. Holy smokes. I spoke too soon. That Panzer IV just practically wiped out the Paratrooper squad. Yeah, I'd be surprised if that Paratrooper squad makes it back home. Gory, gory. What a hell of a way to go. Jackson tanks one for VonIvan, but that definitely helped Prabuty just a bit. I mean, obviously there's still a lot of killing to be done, and he's lost a machine gun plus a light machine gun plus numerous grenadier squads at this point, but still getting rid of that Paratrooper squad before it gets upgraded, I think it's going to help Prabuty out a bit. VonIvan though needs to be careful with his infantry. He's definitely pushing. It's like a bit. I think that's going to be another one, really. Highlighting one of VonIvan's, shall we say, rather significant Achilles heels, which is his unit preservation at times tends to be a bit ephemeral. M36 Jackson change right on the way. We got the Gunnies through the south. Gunnies move through the centre. Major getting mauled here by the armoured car and the Panzer IV. Swimming through the south here, but VonIvan will need to replace his losses. He needs to be careful, doesn't like Oaks and the Jackson tank destroyer there.
A capture point is under attack.
But there you go. Stuart, though, is proving to be a massive asset here for VonIvan, blasting for the British Grenadiers. armoured car of 50 caliber firing armour piercing rounds. Jackson moving up as well, but they're being pushed back by the Pack 40, which has gained virtually 2. It's gunners gaining greater knowledge of the weak points on the 36 Jackson tank destroyer. So what you're saying is we just shoot at it, Friedrich. Yeah, turns out that's all we really need to do. I thought it would be tougher than that. Well, blame the Americans, I guess. Or thanks them. Packhouse running down death there. Panzer for Roman formats, adding the pendulum mounted MD-42 there to the top. Definitely getting that machine gun out there before Prabuty reclaims it for Deutschland and the Reich. Jackson move there, good shot on the Panther 4, punches straight through the side armour as if though it was nothing. And I think on the Panther 4 the side armour was roughly about 30mm, so not really much of an issue for a 90mm gun. Means that probably should vacate the premises before they're being forced up by German firepower. There you go, one man makes it out the back door. Barely. From northern part with the Pathfinder's the major still no infantry for VonIvan. I mean, he's operating with effectively just like an infantry squad and a half here. Versus an opponent with 4 grenadier squads. More cluster bombs here though for VonIvan and Prabuty there, catching the pack and the Panther for the Pioneers. Prabuty though is able to narrowly get everything out of the way. The foot gets blown to bits. Up north we got the Pathfinders with the armoured car. Bit of skirmishing and murdering here. Got the Studling for the Gunner DC. 5th Calling Suffolk's backed up with the MD-42. Jackson setting out again. Could soon go for Sherman, though I would strongly advise some infantry for VonIvan as well. I mean, versus with just effectively like 1.5 again, I don't quite catch the Pathfinders as a full squad at this point. But versus 4 Gunner DC, even though they're not fully upgraded, that's a significant infantry difference. And like, there's only so much I think VonIvan could do, like just make up for that through other means. That said, he is still maintaining good momentum for now against Prabuty, despite Prabuty having a lot more infantry in this regard. The map and the fact he's got 2 machine guns does provide VonIvan with a lot of work there, assistance. Pack 40 number 2, I suspect Prabuty here might be aiming for the Tiger tank, the Tiger, which will also be in Company 3's upcoming build there. This will be part of the Breakthrough Battle Group. Stuart Mr. Gunnery is there.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
Jackson takes a good hit off of the Panzer 4 there. I guess there's also a bit of mechanized assault because we also got assault grenadiers in the Breakthrough Battle Group. Anyways, Jackson engaging the Panther 4, almost guarded here. Prabuty firmly trying to get this Panther 4 to safety before the Americans turn it into target practice. Narrowly survives though, good lord. But VonIvan's not giving up yet. Can he get the killing blow here on Prabuty's Panther 4? He did not. Oh dear. Almost got the Panther first, then knocked out with the 2 packs here. While Prabuty does have the victory point, in other ways VonIvan is definitely delivering a bit of beatdown. We got to show him away that again, the lack of infantry I feel like continues to be a bit of a possible hamstring here for VonIvan as this goes on. But yeah, again, I'm definitely suspecting Prabuty's going to go for the Tiger tank. Means they need to get it up before they get murdered. Sherman with it for VonIvan. Rifling the Alpha and the MD-42.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
Stir that ready. At least he's finally brought in the pack cars. I gotta say, I feel like it took him quite a while to actually get it into action here versus Prabuty. Panther versus the Steward would definitely be a bit disastrous for VonIvan to lose the Steward light tank. Now I think it's one of the reasons he's actually able to manage so well with so little infantry. The Steward is just so good at now dealing with Prabuty's infantry at Veteran 2-3. And Prabuty is not stalling for the Tiger tank after all. I think he gets the better of himself, then just goes for another Panzer 4. Oberleutnant! So Tiger is halfway's there. A Tiger, oh my god, what was I thinking? I just go for more Panzers. So that's going to work a lot better, I think, yeah. Maybe in Company 3 the Tigers will be a bit better. Ooh, tell them I'm by way. Thumbs up there. Almost caught the machine gun there as well. So what is VonIvan planning next? Ooh, machine gun away, but there's a significant German presence nearby which makes ground the machine gun rather painful.
Panzer 4 is ready for battle.
Up north there though, we got 430 vs 269, Panzer northwards here. My apologies. Panzer racing straight for the MD-42 here, pushing it back. And the Syndicate is being met here with intense American armoured firepower. Jackson holding back, you got veterans who won. Pathfinders popping into the building here. We got the 50 cal crap in the south. We got 423 vs 269. And the Panther Force lining up for push in the north for Prabuty. VonIvan could probably go for another sham, but he's still desperately short on infantry. And Prabuty is not. Packouts are firing away in there. We got 2 kills, close veterans who won. So I've got the armored covers and Pathfinders. This would be a pretty good spot for bombardment, I think, therefore, for now, there we go. I think he comes to the same conclusion. Yeah, I think he comes to the same conclusion. Also, finally got the Pathfinders, or Reasons, meaning equipped with bazookas. The Major, though, gets stomped on in a major way by the Panther Force. Small one there for Prabuty versus VonIvan. Prabuty's also with the 2 Panther Force starting to get a lot more bold again versus VonIvan. He is starting to push back harder, though. VonIvan is pushing back pretty hard to it, Prabuty, make no mistake. He is pushing back pretty hard too. South Pathfinder's 50 gun holding up here, Gunny's been advancing. Gunny's routed. Gunny's suppressed in the MD-42. So I've got the armor cargo for the 50 cals popping on, pissing around, seeing my alarm to deal with it. We got 398 to 269, MD-42 the gaining matching 2 full VonIvan. But he could also go for Stuhl to back up his Panzer Force. I think that could allow him to pull for a more immediate armor advantage, allow him to, I think, overwhelm VonIvan, full VonIvan can react to what's going on then. So I think going for Stuhl would be a pretty smart choice. In my opinion, anyways. Up north here, Panzer 4 though, caught while being repaired. The Pioneers suffer the price. The Panzer 4 quickly pulls back to a safer distance. So Prabuty now can go for the Stuhl, and meanwhile VonIvan's going for another tank destroyer that I think would also further incentivize Prabuty to maybe consider Stuhl for extra firepower that is mobile. Though of course he may feel like he's in a fairly comfortable position with his tank destroyers with his 2 anti-tank guns. His Panzer Abwehrkanonen 40. So 397 was 269. That remains very American. Pushing the centre, Jackson engaged with the Darwin packs. Armoured car spotting ahead there. Thumbs up. Close to the ace level on that one. Bar away. 24 killed. Pretty good there. Sherman turning into the advancing grenadiers. So as the MD-42 that could have maybe consider popping something into. Because there you go, Panther the offensive here. And right now, VonIvan's force, an armoured force, by the way, is scattered in such a manner it becomes easier for Prabuty to go for defeat in detail. That is, it can, even like, technically, VonIvan has larger numbers now. In some cases, some other advantages. The way he's positioned his tanks means that if Prabuty just constantly his tanks all day, he can easily overwhelm individually VonIvan. So, definitely exploiting their VonIvan's slight tactical mistakes there. That said, some losses being inflicted here, but now we got VonIvan there clearly looking for vengeance for his blown up tank, setting in the tanks so they stood. But this could actually be a mistake here by VonIvan. The Pack 4 second round, then we've got the Pathfinders going for the Pack 40s. Oh dear, what is VonIvan doing here? He's racing in with the Jacksons by the looks, but he's calling in. Oh, We got tactical movement here by Prabuty, and we got cluster bombs here by VonIvan. And he's diving into the base with the Jackson tank destroyers here. Oh dear, and the terrain is favouring Prabuty as he now basically pushed for a gauntlet of the base, which means he can just easily focus on one of the tank destroyers at a time. And oh dear, this is a complete disaster for VonIvan. A complete disaster. I think he felt overconfident, he's just pissed, I don't know, but he pretty much just like, you know, threw it all the way out all the window here. Like whatever advantage he might have had is now gone, and the entire balance of power has now shifted aggressively towards Prabuty. Like, there is no doubt about it now. Prabuty's won this. VonIvan's forces are significantly diminished. He's lost his Jacksons. He's lost pretty much everything except a Route Squad, Pathfinders, his 2 machine guns, and his ambulance because, well, that was busy in the base and couldn't get suicided. So, meanwhile, again, he inflicted next to no real casualties on Prabuty with this maneuver. So that was a fairly disastrous dive there for VonIvan and the 3rd Armored Division. So that said, for now, it looks like he still feel like he can win this somehow, but odds are very much stacked against VonIvan now. Aggressively so. Still goes straight for the machine in the south here. 21 kills. Fifth kills the Grenadiers here. Still roaming about here. We got 378 versus 269. Machine those the Grenadiers. The machine is a very low health and very low numbers. We got 374 versus 72 versus 269. We got a 3rd Panzer IV for the boot, who's just, you know, going for more of what works, which is more Panzer IVs. Panzer IV rushing in, good hit on the Stewart.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
3rd Panzer IV almost done here. We got 364, 269. More bazookas, they're ready for VonIvan. He's getting the rifle squad here. Light machine versus light machine gun. Rifle squad, they beats out the Grenadiers thanks to having more machine guns. There you go, 3rd Panzer ready for Prabuty, giving him and the 15th Panzer Grenadier Division a significant advantage. And VonIvan with only a pair of bazookas to stop that now, I think, is vastly under-equipped. Let's lose his Pathfinders with upgraded aim with a bar. Stewart rushing in versus 2 Panzer IVs, I mean. Yep, Pack joining in there. On that, VonIvan Stewart light tank is ablaze. So there you go, GG, game over. Loss here for VonIvan, victory for Prabuty. An intense back-and-forth fight here on Ploesti Outskirts. In the end, though, VonIvan made a few bad calls. Also feel like lacked infantry. Could have gone for those pack counter stuff soon, and again, upgraded those paratroopers. I think had there been some things handled a bit differently, I think VonIvan had a good chance to win this, but ultimately he slightly undermined himself here and there. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. I learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment. And of course, do consider donating or pledging on Patreon. And this is Imperial Links and cheers. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you tomorrow again for a nice episode. Bye.